105 North Avenue, 52.
Prepare to be fucked by the long dick of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
You can't break those cuffs. Make him away, Ty.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
And I'm Officer Grant. Hey, Kevin, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee.
Yes.
All right. Whatever. I got the My House, My Rules, My Coffee from...
I like that. That's a fun mug.
It is, yeah. From that movie.
We are recording on a Saturday. This is a little bit different than normal. We started recording on a Saturday morning. So we are watching...
I don't know if the mic's picking you up, but that's cool.
We are watching some... we were watching some Saturday morning cartoons in the background.
Now we're watching an ad in the background. Isn't that fun?
I hate commercial breaks, Grant. I hate them.
What do we do?
Something a little different.
We started recording at 12, and now we're recording at 1:30. My brain's about to explode. This podcast and the stress that it puts me under is unparalleled for a hobby.
Yes. Hobbies should not be hated.
Oh, man.
But with that being said,
yeah,
let's give a warm welcome to our very patient and very courteous guests today.
Sorry.
Trash Panda Comedy, Fee and Marissa. How are you?
Hello, doing good.
What's that?
It's same old. Tell us about Trash Panda Comedy and what's a trash? Is that like a raccoon? Is that the?
Yeah, because technically a panda is in the raccoon family, correct?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm asking the experts.
Yeah, no, go
the
ahead.
Experts.
Yeah.
We do wear a panda suit. We call ourselves Trash Panda, even though a trash panda is a raccoon, and that's just a bit more of the trashiness of it all.
Yeah.
We kind of were birthed right out of the pandemic when depression was hitting on in for a lot of artists, and we couldn't do much. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, I had this panda bear onesie that my parents had bought me for Christmas 2 years prior. I did nothing with it. And then during the pandemic, I needed a reason to get out of the PJs. And I thought, well, if I can just will myself to get from PJs to a panda bear suit, at least I'm doing something in my life. And
that is something.
It was, it became very comedic just to like see myself in it.
She was always in it.
She was
never not in it.
And I just ate a lot of
I would never leave it either.
Yeah, it's so soft,
Very
has pockets. But I ate a lot of trash food and watched a lot of trash TV and felt like trash. And I just called myself a trash panda. And I think the way that both me and Fee respond through life and trauma is we make comedy out of it. Mm-hmm. And we ended up just making a bunch and writing a bunch and filming a bunch, and Trash Panda was born.
Yeah. Like I took a whole bunch. That was when I took the majority of my comedy, like online writing classes. And every time I'd just be workshopping, I'd just take it out into the living room. Marissa would be in her onesie and I'd be like, you want to read through this?
I'm doing nothing else.
Yeah. Kind of went from there.
Cool. And y'all are doing like a recurring show? Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like a recurring show.
He's got
I think
a frog in his throat.
Boy, let me tell you. I got a trash in my throat.
That's where it lives.
Yeah.
You don't have to laugh at that.
Well, it's funny. It's funny too because like there's some lag right now, and so like the already like painful silence before the laughter is met with extra silence.
Yeah, as it should, deservedly so.
But,
anyway.
Just deteriorating the creative soul, one pause, one lag at a time.
Yeah, it's very Jacobian. Yeah,
beautiful
that's
uncomfortableness. We can
one
cut
pause,
it with a
one
knife.
world, as I always say.
Yes.
But yeah, tell us about the show. You're doing like a regular show at is it Annoyance?
Yeah, it's Bye Bye
Was
Liver. That's been going on. Bye Bye Liver's been around in Chicago since 2006, but I've been a part of it since 2017, and then pandemic hit, and then during the pandemic / towards the end of the pandemic, like we just revamped it. We just kind of, it used to be very Wrigleyville, like Bros Club, Men's Club, very men versus women. And we were like, first of all, there's more than 2 genders. Second of all, like, why do we have to fight? Let's just make fun comedy. And so we just got a hold of it. We say we cut the frosted tips off of it, and we made it a better show. So now it's half sketch, half drinking game. It's at Newport Theater. It's great for like night outs, date nights, bachelorette parties, and we're constantly like updating the script. So it's a fresh show every month. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And something else that the old show did is like every sketch was based out of a bar. And I just know I have a lot of, creative friends that are addicts. If you guys know, even in the stand-up scene, it's a lot of mental health issues and addiction issues. And so we don't have every sketch based out of a bar anymore. We offer 3 non-alcoholic drinks that are like so good that people keep ordering them plus a shot. To mix because they're really fancy.
Okay.
And we even have a sketch that promotes sobriety just because, we really need to make space for that and be mindful that a lot of people are dealing with a lot of mental health issues and genetic issues. So,
but we still want them to come out and enjoy the sketch show, have a fun time.
And if you want a drink, it's set up for you.
You can, yeah.
The option is
every
there.
Friday,
it sounds like.
7 p.m., Newport Theater.
Well, I mean, that's like cool that it's sort of like that you've sort of like changed it and morphed it into something else, still sort of like revolving around the topic of that, but that you're like, because there's other aspects to this that we can sort of like include all these different aspects within it instead of just like it's being purely just like, a drinking game. And especially post-pandemic, it's like everyone has a drinking problem now. Maybe we think more about that instead of just feeding into it, more.
We basically updated it for a modern audience, and we have, Marissa was talking about the different drinking games we have. We have one called Neighborhoods. You want to tell them about that? Yeah,
it's where we give all the neighborhoods here in Chicago like a Tinder profile or a dating app profile, and then we'll read it out to you. And we'll be like, is it A, Andersonville, B, Wrigleyville, or C, Gold Coast? And then you guess it right. It's like the audience drinks. You guess it wrong, you drink. But we never actually like force it, or we're like, we didn't see you drink, or get like that.
Yeah, right. You better finish that.
What?
No, we don't do that. Yeah, no, we just want people to show up and have a good time,
Sure.
I love there's it's like comedy sports or something, and they make people in the audience put a bag on their head for some reason if you like swear or something. Like I can't remember.
That's how a lot of kids die.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have that.
Plastic bag to kill them. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Otherwise, everyone would be wearing plastic bags on their faces, and we'd all suffocate and die. No one would.
Now that's my kind of comedy show where I don't have to wear a plastic bag that could suffocate and choke me. That sounds like fun to me.
Yeah.
It's like if you really want to go to a comedy show and really feel what it's like to be an ocean creature, put this plastic bag on your head.
I have always wondered, to be fair.
Yeah.
But you guys, you had a WGN appearance, correct?
Yeah, we went on WGN. It was a lot of fun. We just kind of did what we're doing now, just talked about the show, kind of how we got started with Trash Panda and what we're doing with Bye Bye Liver. It was a really fun experience. Everyone there was super chill.
I do have one question. I have one question about WGN. Did it take them over an hour to set up like we did? Or are they kind of like a little more professional?
There was a nice little break room with free coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on it. Grant, we got to get a green room.
You can download this coffee if you want to, but that's the best that I can do.
They
also have a lot more money than I do.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, we need the WGN funding. We got to get some interns and some like PAs in here. This wouldn't be happening if we had 17 cameramen, a green room with free coffee. You know, we're working on a skeleton crew here, and by skeleton crew, I mean the people that are on camera right now. So, you know, we do apologize. It's not WGN, but again, WGN's been going a whole lot longer than Thought Cops. They're a Chicago legend. They've
Chicago's very own.
Yeah, Chicago's own WGN. Yeah. Many classics have come out of WGN. Maybe one day we'll be on the channel. That'd be kind of cool. I would love that.
Yes, we'll help manifest it for you guys. Yeah.
Yes.
Putting it
I'm
out
just
there.
putting it out into the ether. Just to see what happens. But,
Tom Skilling, if you're listening, I don't know if is he adult or is he
I
ABC?
don't know.
I don't know.
He's a Chicago weatherman. And
Yeah.
we would love to have him come over, maybe in person, so we don't have to deal with all the tech problems.
We'll see. Tom Skilling probably is a good setup.
Sure.
He's got a gaming rig at home. Yeah, but also you were telling us beforehand about your pilot, and was that something that like you were talking about during the WGN appearance also? And in addition to that question, what's the pilot about? Tell us about the pilot.
It's called Trash Panda Dumpster Fire.
Yeah.
And it is weird.
Yeah.
We basically play all the characters in it, talking to each other. It's kind of this idea that, some angels farted and the universe was created.
Yep.
And all of a sudden humans came and got a little bit out of hand, and the angels have to call their good friends the aliens to help regulate the human race. And it's just a bunch of that. And then we interweave different styles of sketch kind of in it. So like one of our sketches is very much like a big horror film. And we do it to the nines with lots of blood and screaming. And we have this incredible cameraman that gets these shots so it looks like a real motion like movie. And then like the next sketch is like a film noir.
Yeah.
So it's just very strange, called Detective Tickles. And we kind of interweave it all in there together. And that's coming on out in June. We'll have the pilot on out. And then what we do with the other sketches is we had a show, Trash Panda, at the Annoyance Theater called Trash Panda Live. And that's where we kind of run these sketches out in front of an audience, figure out where our beats are, what ones people love the most. And then we're taking those and now we're going to film that for episode 2. And ideally, we would love to continue this.
Yeah, we just like while we're filming one episode, we're writing our next and performing our next live show. So right now, me and Marissa are in the process of writing our third show, I guess technically, because this pilot, the pilot we're doing right now was never on stage. It was all just old scripts that we wrote over like quarantine, and we just kind of put together and are filming it. But this next one is the live show that we just did, and now we're writing a second live show while we retire this live show and film it. And that's actually we're going to premiere the pilot actually on June 3rd after one of our Bye Bye Liver shows at Newport Theater. So we're gonna have our Bye Bye Liver show, and if we're gonna be like, hey, if you want to stick around, see the pilot, great. And then we were just gonna have like a little party. It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
And what was neat too with our Trash Panda live show is we interweaved sketches with video that we had in our pilot. So the people that came and saw that show have actually had a preview kind of what the pilot in June is going to be. At least one tiny section in it that does have a panda. I do.
I think that's the promise of a panda. I'm in. You know,
if there's one thing I can say about Kevin, loves pandas. Kung Fu Panda, Panda Express.
That's
Trash
wonderful.
Trash Pandas. A fourth example.
Even more
than that.
But let's move on. Let's move on to
good.
a little bit of show news of our own. We recorded a brand new episode of our spin-off podcast, Fire Bros.
Oh, hey, that's out now.
That's out now. If you're listening now, you can find it after you finish listening to this episode, of course. Head on over to patreon.com/thoughtcops. We reviewed 4 different pieces of media. You want to find out what they were? Go on over to the website. You can.
Yeah, we're not telling you. Get out of here.
Get out. Do your own research.
No, it's
for crying out loud.
The Batman, Joe Pera Talks to You, Hot Rod, and my favorite movie ever, Titan.
Yeah, you loved it.
It was great.
Also, if you guys are listening to this and you want to see what it's like, head on over to youtube.com/thoughtcops. Hey, it's a gamble every week. Will the video be up? Will the video not work? Let's find out. If you want to see if our crazy experiment panned out, head on over to youtube.com/thoughtcops.
We got some feedback from the Discord right now. This is from our friend and listener and co-collaborator, Sleep Science, aka Josh. He says, I don't hear any echo, but the audio on Grant's end is real distorted. Totally audible, but distorted. Thanks for the feedback, Josh. If you also want to hear our distorted audio that sounds really bad, but you can hear it, patreon.com/thoughtcops. It's the $5 tier, $5 a month. You can listen to the live show. It's great. Well, Kevin, do you want to keep going with the...
No, that was a perfect plug, Grant.
Okay.
That was a perfect plug.
Yeah.
If you're listening to us on Spotify or iTunes, obviously give us 5 stars because this is the most professional podcast that exists.
Hey, we're doing a lot better than a lot of people, so...
I mean, maybe a few people. Sure. 5 stars.
A lot. Hey, do you know how many podcasts are out there? Speaking of podcasts that are out there, subscribe on YouTube. Let's get along to 2 minutes of hate.
Oh, yes, that very famous, very favorite segment of the show in which we blanket punish all that annoying random crap that we see on our phone screens and our computer screens every single day of our lives. So without further ado,
I've never done this before. This is a good...
Yeah. My 2 minutes of hate this week is... watermarked GIFs from TV shows. Now, this is a 2 minutes of hate that has been brought up on the show to some capacity. I think it was, maybe it was Nick Lauer, who worked on the Cuphead show.
Yeah.
He brought up that there are a lot of TV shows and cartoons and stuff where GIFs, you know, it feels like GIFable moments are made on purpose in TV shows.
Yeah.
Just with the idea that people will make a GIF of it or they'll make their own GIF of it. And that's my thing because, you know, I work from home. We use a Slack server to send shit back and forth. Obviously, only important stuff except when people want to send useless GIFs to each other. And the other day, somebody posted a GIF from The Office. You know, I recognize, oh, look, it's Michael Scott. He's up to his silly antics as usual.
Classic television show.
And then it's watermarked with like NBC Incorporated, The Office, yada, yada, yada. And it just feels like, when did GIFs become corporate? You know?
Everything's corporate now.
Everything is corporate. Have you all seen this before? These like... GIFs from TV shows or movies that have the logo on them and they're made by the people who made the TV show or the producers or the network or whatever.
Huh? I've never seen that. I mean, I've seen GIFs before, yeah, but I haven't
Got
seen
your
it.
ass, Kevin. You're too online.
Damn it. But it's true, folks. It's true. They do exist. They do exist.
I believe you.
I don't watch
very
that
much not
commercial
online. I don't think
anymore.
we are.
That's
yeah,
fine.
I mean,
that's good. It's healthy. That commercial doesn't exist anymore because they made the M&Ms less sexy.
Oh,
So
that's true.
And
God
Santa's less sexy now too.
God damn it.
No more of that.
But again, I found this out because of specifically work. You know, this isn't even me just being too online. This is just people, you know, on Slack, you can search for, you know, a mood or a moment or a TV show from the GIFs or whatever, and it will pop up. And then it just like the way that they, you know, it just doesn't feel like people, you know, they're less, it's more of a product than a piece of art anymore.
I bet you that there's a bunch of people that listen to this show that are like Kevin truthers that are like, there's no way that could possibly exist. No, NBC is not watermarking The Office. You're a liar, sir. I've never seen that.
It's true. I saw it myself with my own 2 eyes. And I think that it's disgusting. I think it's nasty. I think that GIFs should be for the people. They should not be corporatized. They should not be consumed by capitalism. They should exist only to be somewhat embarrassing forms of expressing a feeling or emotion on the internet.
It is embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm not much of a GIF user myself, but I don't like that I see how it's, you know, sort of become a product, like we said in the episode with Nick, where a lot of cartoons and TV shows, it's almost like they have like a character doing like a face like, what? Just so they can put it in a GIF. Or even like The Simpsons. The Simpsons is using their own GIFs in episodes now. Like there was an episode
yeah.
where Lisa was showing a GIF of Homer Simpson receding into the hedges.
Into the hedges.
Where did she get that? Was she watching? She's like, this is like, was she not like shocked? Like, why is my father in a cartoon where this is like clearly from like 20 or 30 years ago?
Right.
Who is this man? This man looks a lot like my father. Why is he a GIF on my phone?
I couldn't tell you.
Anyway, I don't
That's
want to.
breaking the fifth wall.
I personally don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay.
So my punishment is no more gifts. Go back. Let's just go back to me like 2012's era memes where it's just a picture of something and then like top text, bottom text, and it's got the only watermark on there is iFunny.
I love that watermark. I used to hate it, and now I seek it out. It's the fun. I think I brought this up on the show. Zwick posted an image with the iFunny watermark like a couple of weeks ago on the Discord. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I love the iFunny watermark.
Well, the thing about the iFunny watermark is like it comes full circle where it was like kind of cringy to put like, oh, you didn't crab out the iFunny. Now it's like
it's top tier.
It's added flavor on the humor.
Right,
You know, it's like, hey, I left the iFunny thing in. Isn't that funny? Aren't I funny?
That's good. Anyway,
who's up next? Who wants to complain next?
I'll complain next. I'm not super like I'm not super online, like I said before. Like I don't really know what's trending. I know about trends
That's good.
years later. Like I just learned about dabbing. Like back in my day, I remember when planking was a thing. I just didn't like that when it was happening. But now I still don't understand what a plank is. It's like
I don't understand that whole planking thing because it's not like the planking that you normally do, like when you're working out at the
they're
gym.
not even doing anything else.
It's like the
They're
whole
just
body's
laying-
just straight. I never understood. I was like, give it a different name.
Yeah. So that's
fishing.
Yeah, that's dumb. But that's back from I guess a more modern one would be like that milk crate trend. Where
where the people were climbing the milk crate.
Why?
So weird.
It's like, and if you make it, who cares? Like it's like I'm gonna risk knocking all my teeth down my throat.
Dude, those falls were epic.
Gnarly.
Oh, they went up my spine. We felt that across the globe though as a nation, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So true.
we never talked about that on here.
Did we talk about
the milk crate thing?
I feel like we did. But it's all just lost in the mush. It's all dust in the wind. Grant,
I have a visceral I don't like watching videos of people getting injured, and that wasn't good for me.
Yeah,
it was
it's not good for anybody.
Yeah, it was hard to watch.
It was a lot of like, I saw a video that was like one after the other after the other, and I was like, I had to stop. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah,
I felt the wind kept getting knocked out of me.
Yeah,
I cared so much for so many strangers. I guess that's the moment I got empathy. I'm just kidding.
I mean, maybe if more people did the milk crate challenge, there would be less war around the globe.
That is so
true. Because we'd look at it and we go, I don't want to be a part of this. This is terrible.
Yeah, there's too much pain in the world after the milk crate. Too many broken limbs. I can no longer pick up a rifle and go.
The milk crate thing. I just don't. My thing is like you could do that. You could or
eat a hot dog.
Anything else? Like eat a hot dog.
Do something else.
Or stand there. Or anything else.
See who can jump the highest.
Yeah, like I don't think of some
who can tie their shoe faster.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that on the internet. Just and go.
Or maybe an actual plank. People just planking, just like working out. Just that's it.
Yeah, Grant, I was going to ask you. You're a physical therapy kind of guy.
Yeah, that's an illegal thing to say, Kevin. But go on.
Not physical therapy, personal training. What the fuck am I saying?
Whatever.
Grant, it's PT. That's what I got in my head.
Yeah. No, I'm a doctor. I have a degree. I can heal
as
people.
a licensed medical professional.
Yeah,
Grant,
right. Yeah.
Asterisks not. Is planking good for your core?
It's fine. Whatever.
Okay. Would you recommend it to those who want to get a nice?
What is this? What?
I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to turn memes into like
Dreams.
and you know, you should make a fitness program where it's like doing memes and then you get Jack doing it. Grant.
Planking at this point is like 10 years old. I don't know if I'm gonna sell the planking program to Gen Z. What generation are we on? Gen Z?
Just like how much, like you mentioned dabbing, like, you know, like do 100 dabs and you got to have like 5 pound weights.
This is posting cringe IRL, Kevin.
That's Thought Cops. Anywho, you said was your 2 minutes to hate the milk crate challenge?
That's good.
Yeah, thank you. And I think people's punishment for doing the milk crate challenge is go to the hospital or something. I don't know. Go walk.
I think that they were.
Like go do anything else, like go on a jog or like high five something, and like your punishment is doing anything else, finding a trend that is healthy for you and the world. And that's your punishment.
Eating an apple sitting on a crate, that's your punishment.
That's good.
Think about your choices.
Yes.
Yeah. Marissa, do you have a 2 minutes of hate this week for us?
I mean, I feel like mine's what I really hate on the internet is all the filters. I feel like it's more of a serious thing, but I think psychologically the filters are a big issue. And I love that people are putting comparisons out now going, this is with the filter, this is me without the filter, to help our brains. I think it definitely would have been confusing more as a younger kid to be looking on social media and thinking that that's reality.
Yeah, I thought we had it bad enough with Barbies.
I know, I thought Barbies were bad, but no, now it's just these filters. It's absolutely insane that it draws, like how much makeup it draws on people. And I love taking the filters and putting them on men and just seeing like what that does to them. But I really do think we need to knock it out. And, you know, Alicia Keys is the one that brought it to my attention back in the day when she stopped even wearing makeup. And how that distorts our image of what we ought to look like and how we ought to age. And I already think in our society we have like we're ageist and we have a lot of issues with aging. And I'm like, no, we just need to show it. Let's start showing the pores and the wrinkles and people being older and saggy skin and finding the beauty in that versus trying to cover it up and act like it's a problem.
The punishment should be that they go to Times Square and have to listen to everyone tell them how beautiful they are without the filters. Like, that should be the punishment.
That would be a beautiful, I think that would work on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. They would love it. It'd just be a lot of crying.
Lots of aggressive, hey, you're pretty.
You're gorgeous. Your eyelashes are long enough.
Yeah.
I love the uneven complexion of your skin. Two-tone.
What you do with your hair today is beautiful.
You don't need to be tan. I love milky white. I don't know.
Sometimes there's benefits to being translucent. Hey, like
I can see you in the dark.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's cool.
So yeah.
To be clear, just to clarify, you're not talking about the filters where like you turn your face into Darth Maul. Or you give yourself a Peter Griffin chin.
Or like dog ears.
That's
dog
great.
ears.
No, that is funny. Make me a
Homer
cat
Simpson.
any day of the week.
Yeah.
Yes.
My brain does need to go there.
Yeah.
But it's the idea of putting the standard of beauty of being like the higher cheekbones, the big eyelashes, the eyeliner.
Oh,
I've even seen it like lighten some people's skin where it's like, whoa.
Like why?
And how is that what then the filter is that we're all putting on? Like that, I think as a society we need to be talking about.
Yes.
You know, there's I'm on TikTok a lot, and sometimes I don't know if it's every app. It'll be like TikTok, and I don't know if Instagram does this or like whatever, but they have like a beauty filter or whatever. Or I think that they call it something different. It used to be the beauty filter. Now it's like the touch-up filter or whatever. But a lot of times that'll just automatically, whoa.
Oh my God.
My cat just did a backflip off the door.
The most perfect creature in the world.
It's some kitty parkour. Yeah.
She's doing Mario 64 wall jumps.
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah. What the hell was I talking about?
It was so profound
sometimes those filters will just be on automatically, or you'll go like live Now she's knocking shit over.
Oh my
You'll
God.
go live on TikTok or whatever, and it just automatically like sets your eyes bigger, your chin smaller, your head whatever.
Yes.
That's
Like,
fucked up.
It's really weird because I'll like go on and I'll be like, why do I look like this? And I'll like scroll to the bottom and it's just like automatic, and it's just like, why are we forcing people to look like what? Like we're forcing people to look like anime characters, which
Yes!
is cool.
Isn't that
if you really
creepy?
like
Wait,
anime and
I
you
like
want
th- I
to
like this
become
now.
an anime
Yeah.
character. But for everybody else that doesn't, it's just like, this is a weird standard to be automatically enforcing onto people. Like you said, especially people of a young, impressionable age that may have body image issues and things
Yeah.
of that nature, where it's like, oh, I look like this in real life, but on the internet, I look like this. Now it's making things worse for me.
Yeah,
Yes. And that's
definitely.
that fear of like, if they see themselves always through that filter through their phone, and all of a sudden they get a glimpse of themselves in the mirror, the first thought's going to be like, whoa, I'm ugly. And that is damaging.
Right.
It's like, we don't
Right.
need that filter so that we
Yes.
say our natural self is ugly.
Yeah, it's some Black Mirror stuff. It's like we're
It's
we're
Black
slowly
Mirror.
turning ourselves into a giant Sims simulator or whatever. Like we're making ourselves into little computer programs, like, and not real people. It's odd. Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you have a punishment, a solution to this problem?
Yeah, putting them in Times Square.
Put them in Times Square. And
Oh,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
rom-com
yelling,
ending, yeah.
Berate compliments at them.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
I think we need to get rid of filters
Yes.
altogether and start really applauding people for flaws. I think we really, just yeah. I don't know, by punishment. Yeah, the punishment. Sit on a milk crate
Sit in Times Square and let the
Going
world
back to the milk
aggressively
crate
tell
again.
you
I
how
like it.
beautiful you are.
till you cry for at least 10 hours, and you come out being like, yes, I am beautiful.
Yeah, and then you get a 10-minute hug, and then we crack open a beer.
And that's it. Yeah.
And you come to
There's your
bye-bye
punishment.
neighbor.
Your punishment is self-reflection, because we know that is the hardest thing of all.
Yes.
Speaking of the hardest thing of all, Grant, what is your 2 minutes of hate for us this week?
The planking thing.
That's a problem.
That conjured up. So we have this big list of 2 minutes of hates that we're never going to get all the way through, that we just keep like adding to every episode. And then it's like, you look at the top and you're just like, man, some of this stuff is outdated. But since we're talking about planking, I feel like we can sort of like dig back a little bit, go back to like 2015, 2016, 2017, like sort of around that era, maybe even like a little bit earlier than that, but it's sort of been around for a long time. And it's sort of like the phases of the moon. It waxes, it wanes, it disappears, it comes back in full swing. And it's one of those things where I don't need to hear about this particular phenomenon at all, ever, for the rest of my life. And that is the Oxford comma.
Thank you for bringing this up, Grant. This has been at the top of the fucking list.
This has been at the
for
top of the list
like
for
3
forever.
years.
Yeah.
I can't wait to cross this off once we finish
Hey,
talking
you know
about
what?
it.
You know what? I'm doing it
Oh my
now.
God.
You ready?
It's happening
Do
in
you
real
want to hit the
time.
backspace?
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Go ahead. How does that
Wait,
feel?
one more. Let me get rid of
Okay,
the.
yeah.
Oh my, that was incredible.
How does it feel?
I feel cleansed. I feel refreshed. I'm glad that we are now just working our way down the
Right.
list of things that we choose to get angry about.
Right.
And crossing them off the list. And soon enough, we'll be so
We'll be
zen-like.
cleansed.
We'll be,
We'll be pure.
cleanliness is next to godliness, as they say.
So the Oxford comma, it's like a very, what's that one webcomic that was like XKCD or something?
I don't know.
It's like the stick figure guy, and people are like, oh, it's actually really smart because it's like, it's a comic by like a mathematician, and it talks down to you and makes people feel stupid.
That sounds funny.
And yeah, it's hilarious. And it's like that brand of humor that was like more of sort of like Reddit's heyday, and people being like, let's say, oh, what am I having for breakfast? Toast, eggs, and orange juice, or toast, eggs, and orange juice. Are you putting orange juice on your eggs? No, you stupid fucking idiot. You're having toast, eggs, comma, and not toast, eggs, and orange juice. You complete simpleton. Do not understand the rules of grammar. Let me explain to you this phenomenon. I've just recently discovered it on my favorite website, 9gag. It's called the Oxford comma. It's very posh. It's very high society. It's very high-minded, and it's you take a comma, but when you have the word and in a list of like 3 things, you add the comma before so that you don't think that you're mixing your eggs. You're pouring orange juice on top of your eggs. You complete
Could be good. I don't know.
simpleton. What are you thinking?
That's like those people who like these like grammar Nazis, which I'm like, I don't know if you can say
Yeah.
that anymore, but like grammar Nazis, whatever.
Can't say that anymore.
These people who are like, let's eat grandma, you know, and it's like, if you don't put the comma on the
Right.
Oh, I guess we're eating grandma then. She sounds tasty. And it's like, come on, man. I just forgot the comma. Like, do we have to like make a whole thing about it? Let's eat, comma, grandma. It's so funny. It's just like breaking down the English language, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
And definitely not like irritating and the worst people in the world to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, again, it's someone who saw like an online comic or an infographic and just
Wait, hold on,
wants to,
Grant.
like,
You know, I called them grammar Nazis, and I'm sticking by that. They're grammar Nazis. Actually, they're worse than the
that's
Nazis.
Okay. Oh well,
I said they're the worst people on the planet in history, and I'm sticking by it.
you're fair. You're allowed to.
I can guarantee you, Adolf Hitler would have thought that same thing was funny.
What
That comma stuff.
the comma
He's
stuff.
like, why would you put? Well, you know, I'm not going to do an Adolf. He would be like, you know, why would you put eggs and orange juice together?
Well, I don't speak on behalf of Adolf Hitler.
I don't either.
But I go back and forth on it, but the whole there
yes.
thing where it's, oh, you didn't put the comma in the right place. It's not it's, and it's just like, I get like my phone auto corrects it. Like, I don't care. Nobody should be spending this time talking about grammar. Like, I get it. If stupid people are stupid, we like dunking on them or whatever. Not everybody's stupid. Not everybody's whatever. And like some people
some of us are, all right?
some people have bad grammar and they're still smart people, and some people are really smart, or some people are really dumb and have great grammar. And it's just like shut up with the Oxford comma stuff. Like, I don't need to see your XKCD comic
Oxford.
about the Oxford comma. It's like, it's because the word Oxford is in there that people want to brag about it. That's it. It's nothing else.
High society, yes. With such pedigree.
Have you all used the Oxford comma before?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I use it.
Oh, yeah. Well, she writes. I
Right,
don't.
yeah.
I know. I make
Yeah.
playlists.
I'm a writer,
I don't need
so I have
grammar.
to,
I
yeah.
make playlists. She writes.
Yeah.
I don't memorize it. No.
Hell no. So Grant, why don't you put a period on this comma and end it?
I can't think of a sentence. I'm so like viscerally angry at the Oxford. Like it drew something. Like, I feel like I should have talked about this 254 episodes ago. You know,
I got one. Hey, no more commas. You all lost your privilege. We're just listing things all willy-nilly. Who knows what's a part of what?
I think in a lot of like ancient languages, like anytime there was a new thought, they would just like start a new like line or something like that, like in ancient fucking Sumerian or some shit or whatever the fuck. Like, they would just go, sentence over, time to start new line or whatever, and they'd
you know
just
what?
do that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why do we do that? Why do we change
Honestly, I whatever. I don't know. Let's do different show
it?
topics.
Yes. If you haven't listened to this show before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories and sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment.
I do want to start with this real quick. And I think that this is good fodder, considering that it's we're a room full of comedians right now, folks. A chat room full of comedians. Did y'all watch the Oscars or see the constant Will Smith slapping gifs?
Yeah, I don't know if y'all
artwork?
heard about this, but
Yeah, did you hear about Will Smith?
I heard about it.
I'm a
I
bad,
watched it live.
I never watch award ceremonies. I always miss them. I was like, oh, what happened? And then
I watched.
I heard about the slap before I heard about the Oscars actually going on. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
that was
Yes.
most people. And so we're not going to talk about that. We did the whole thing last week. Everybody go on YouTube and watch our live reaction to that. But I want to talk about this one Amy Schumer joke that I think this has been sort of making the rounds on the internet, because I don't know the exact. There's sort of like a way that people write articles and the way that people pick up on the tonality of the articles, where it's, let's say you do like an interview or something like that, and someone asks you a question and then you respond to the question, and then they take that snippet and they write an article about that one snippet, and everyone sort of like goes, oh, I don't like that. And so I don't know, I don't fully understand the context of this, but I want to talk about it anyway because this was widely circulated and widely criticized. So we all know about the Will Smith debacle, and Amy Schumer, who I think she was the host of the Oscars.
I don't know anyone who was there besides Will Smith and Chris Rock.
She was either the host or another presenter, and we're all talking about like what can and can't comedians say, what can they not say or do, et cetera, et cetera. And Amy Schumer, I guess, goes, believe it or not, they told me that I wasn't allowed to say a joke.
Boy.
You want to hear it?
I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
She said something. There was a joke that I want to preface these Oscar jokes by saying that my lawyer said not to say these. Don't tell anybody and don't get mad at me. So the original joke was, don't look up is the name of a movie, more like don't look up the reviews. And everyone was sort of like, she might have stolen it, she might not have. I guess that was a weird Twitter criticism.
I think it was one of my tweets.
Yeah, that was one of Kevin's tweets. Whatever, it's an easy enough joke to make. Not a bad joke. She said, but the joke that I wanted to write was, don't look up is the name of a movie, more like don't look down the barrel of Alec Baldwin's shotgun.
I don't think he used a shotgun to kill that woman.
Oh.
That's correct.
So that's a little confusing off the bat.
A little confusing, and also like, why are you?
Also, maybe
why
a little
are you bringing this up?
Maybe a little tone deaf. We could
say
tone
deaf.
I feel like this is not the only like article that revealed a cut joke of Amy Schumer's, because I thought you were going to say this other one I saw where she was like,
more?
Yeah, she was like, yeah, they wouldn't let me say that. Like, oh, my husband goes down on me. That I call it Squid Games or something like that. And it was like, okay, I mean, you probably could have said that if you wanted to, I guess. It's also like not particularly funny.
Yeah,
you could have said it. You know,
sometimes censorship, like self-censorship, I think sometimes is like good. Sometimes someone says, "Don't say that," and then you go. Is it
self-censorship if you go and then do interviews about how you couldn't say it though? Like even this one is like, yeah, I didn't say it, but I'm saying it. And then she even says, my lawyer told me not to say it, but here goes nothing.
You guys as lawyers ever tell you guys not to say jokes?
Yep. If your lawyer wants any part of this episode cut, let us know.
Can't wait for a day that a lawyer's like, that joke you made about ovaries, I don't know. Not quite allowed for the stage yet. I don't know.
Yeah, my handler was actually, I have an earpiece, and my handler earlier was saying, do not keep talking about Adolf Hitler earlier, so I stopped.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah. Like cut this. It's not funny. It's weird. It's awkward. It's offensive. So I don't have a lawyer, but I do have a handler.
That's good.
Yeah.
What?
Amy Schumer, the Oscars.
Amy Schumer.
It's Christmas in Tinseltown or whatever the hell they say. So yeah, she couldn't say that. She couldn't say this. I think that they should just not do the Oscars anymore. It's
I think that's the punishment every year.
Nobody seems to care. Nobody really know. It's like, oh, you got the award. It's just like it's all, you just cozy up to the Oscars committee and they give you an award and stuff. There's a ton of great movies that don't get nominated because they don't, go to the event. Like, I think I heard that about like Uncut Gems or something. Like the reason it wasn't nominated and stuff because like they didn't want to go to all this, stupid schmoozy, Oscars events and stuff like that. So you know what? Screw them. And you know what? That aside, they're violent, Grant.
It's terrible.
Not just that. They're violent. Who knows
Everyone's gonna have to wear headgear to go.
Yeah.
To
If we, who knows what could happen next year? They're going to be like, oh, we have to top our ratings from last year's Oscars. Maybe this year.
everybody goes up on stage and slaps James Corden.
Okay, I'm in,
what
actually.
what are y'all's takes on the role of comedy at the Oscars? Because I feel like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel for what people can and can't say and joke about, and it's becoming very tiresome, I feel like.
Well, honestly, I feel like anyone can say any joke they want at any point ever, but we can't control the audience. You can't control the individuals that make up an audience. They're going to react how they react. So I say the joke, just face the consequences at the same time.
See what happens.
Comedians
Words
should
shouldn't
not
get physical.
Yeah, it should not get physical like that. Like, personally, I didn't care for the joke Chris specifically said. I felt like it was punching down. But so I didn't like it. I would not have gone up and punched him in the face or slapped him across the face. I thought that was like, ooh, that was a bad move. He could have like approached him later and be like, hey man, that's not cool or whatever, and been irritated with it. But to get up and actually physically hit a comedian who's on stage telling jokes because that's their job is.
Yeah, because because I mean, because it's the Oscars. I mean, didn't Ricky Gervais previously, like a couple years previously, I mean, he ragged on everyone.
Yeah.
And it was fabulous.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it was so
if
funny.
it was the same roles then, he would have been dead. They would have killed him.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like at the same time, like, yeah, I did, like, again, didn't like the joke like Chris said, but at the same time, like, he should be able to say his comedy. He should be able to do it. This is America, you know? And like, I feel like Will Smith actually went, like, the next day when he was like, that was toxic, what I just did, you know, he did say that. And so I think it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that what resulted out of it. But I'm glad that he now recognizes that wasn't the move, you know?
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch the Red Table talk when they talk about it. I am very excited for that.
Yeah. Very excited.
And hope that they talk about, like, what do you do in society when you do make maybe a mistake or you're reacting versus mindfully responding? Mm-hmm. You know, it obviously struck a chord in him and he reacted. And, like, I think a lot of issues that we have in society is because we're reacting versus responding. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite quotes is, between what stimulates us and our response, there is a pause. And in that pause, we have the power and the freedom to choose how we are going to respond. And it is in our response that we discover our growth and our happiness. Mm-hmm. And I hope that because of this incident, we can all start talking about what it is to react and what it is to mindfully respond, and just take that pause to own our power.
And I will say also a reaction I noticed that actually this bothers me. This is something I hate. Was the main thing I saw the next day going viral was mostly male comedians, all male comedians, bashing her, like the woman who was literally not doing anything. She was just sitting there and was a victim of
weirdest thing. That was the absolute weirdest take I feel out of anything else. Like so much so that I was seeing takes that were like, you can tell that Jada's an abuser, and it's just like, what? She didn't.
Yes.
How is that the takeaway?
They bring up her past, which has literally nothing to do with it. Here's this woman, like, being composed, like, she's a victim of both this joke and her husband's toxic masculinity, like, happening. And she's literally the only one not doing anything. And all these male comedians are like, well, she should have kept it in her pants, you know, and bringing up her past. That has nothing to do with it. It's like, so we're bashing the woman for two men's bad behavior.
Yeah, that was strange.
That was. I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like,
at the end of the day,
fruit. You know?
Yeah, it's not my life. You know what? I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's like, definitely.
I think we've, you know, we. It's just, it's not like a whatever. I don't even want to.
The cow has been milked dry.
Right.
Now it's bleeding.
You know what?
And we did this, America.
Yeah,
we
there's
did
nothing
this.
else. Like everybody's said everything there can be possibly to say about it. And at the end of the day, it's none of our lives. You know, I wasn't there. It's not. Yeah. I didn't get hit. I didn't hit somebody.
Well, I wanted to just talk about the Amy Schumer joke, but I guess
let's move on.
It's
Let's
hard
punish her. Let's punish
it's hard
her.
not to tread back because it's all has everything to do with everything.
Yes. What do you want to punish her with? Just more behind the scenes content. It's like
I got one. I've been following this person on TikTok that said that like they started doing comedy at the same time in the same place as Amy Schumer, and Amy Schumer sort of like stole a bunch of their jokes and like iced them out and whatever. And so I think Amy Schumer, you should give some of those jokes back.
Yeah.
That's not good to ruin someone's career and steal all their jokes and then go on to host the Oscars. You should give some of those back to
or
some
maybe
of the people you stole them
screenshotting
from.
like someone's tweet, putting it on Instagram, for example.
Kevin, you're a hero.
That would be maybe a mean thing to do to somebody.
Yeah.
Let's move on, though.
Let's.
There is a new Coca-Cola flavor in town. There's a new Coca-Cola flavor in town.
Fucking hell.
It's called Coca-Cola Bite, like Megabyte, Byte, and it tastes like pixels.
That's not a flavor.
Isn't that what carbonation is?
No.
Pixels?
I was imagining maybe it's like extra carbonated or something.
It's rendering slowly.
And now you're probably thinking, why are they talking about? You're probably thinking this. Thought Cops, more like Thought Pops, because they're talking about a new flavor of pop, which, yes, I'm calling it pop. I'm not ashamed to do so, and I won't change. There is a new flavor of Coca-Cola called just called Bite. And the reason I'm bringing it up here is the way that it was advertised here.
Is it like you drink it and then you turn into a Digimon and then you go into the digital world?
Kinda. Here. So the Coca-Cola company says it's... Okay, this is where it's all going to click. The Coca-Cola company says it's the first flavor born in the metaverse. They say, quote, an early look at the beverage appeared on a new island created in Fortnite. So
I hate this.
You can
Is
only
this sort
drink
of the
it in
next Marvel
Fortnite.
movie? I'm confused. Like,
That's
that's fine. Yeah, that's good.
This is just... I mean, this, you know what? It's just one of those things where I guess this is just how it is and we don't have control over things anymore. Like, remember when they were, part of the last Star Wars movie was like, I guess it was started in Fortnite or something.
Yes.
So it's like now you have to like, so it was their words, born on an island in Fortnite, and it tastes like the metaverse.
You know where I was born? On a pile of shit.
What the fuck was that?
You never did that in elementary school? You say, hey, hold your tongue and say, I was born on a pirate ship. And then I was born on a pile of shit. And then you're like, you just said you were born on a pile of shit, you
No,
dumb
I
idiot.
didn't.
Yeah, you did.
You tricked me.
What?
Anyway.
Metaverse.
Yes, metaverse drink.
If y'all traverse the metaverse, we did a podcast episode in the metaverse once. It was the worst experience we've ever experienced.
It was terrible. If you thought this was confusing, that was almost broke my computer.
You could do your show in the metaverse. That's a thing you could do if you want.
Yeah,
You don't
I've
have
seen
to.
that they're like stand-ups doing that in the metaverse now, and that you can go there, and that there's a positive thing to it with doing stand-up comedy, that you can try out different jokes much faster without having to go to all the different open mics, because it's all right there. And then you can try different regions. Like you can go overseas and see how a joke might play out. And I thought that's interesting, but also you miss the energy of the room. And like if Zoom comedy taught us anything over the pandemic, it's I don't know. I didn't find it very fulfilling.
No,
I
it's
like
not.
to hear the
It's
groans
definitely
and the
not.
uncomfortableness of the audience.
Yeah, that's a huge part. And that's sort of like the
It builds
weird
character,
thing.
yes.
That's the weird
Yeah.
thing we were running into when we did our show in the metaverse with Asterios and Sarancha. Was that like I need laughter, I need feedback, I need groans, I need something, but you can't have everyone's mic on, but you also can't have everyone's mic on but turn them because I need that. But then you get people that are like
Mom,
trying
not
to
now.
speak
I'm
over to
watching
you
Thought
or
Cops. Mom.
Yeah.
No.
exactly. And so it's like it's not. I know that they're trying to sell it as like, oh, you can do everything you can do in real life, and it's like not. No.
I can't hear the person breathing in the front row. You know, it's like there's certain things like that.
Right.
You can hear people's breathing patterns change when you're doing a show, and there's that exchange of energy that is just. It's what I crave in this world.
So this new Coca-Cola Creations flavor is an amazing nod to gamers from one of the most iconic brands in history. That's what the article here says. I'm thirsty.
Hey, it's about time we got a drink for gamers. They don't have enough. They don't have Monster Energy.
Also, they release a drink recently that's supposed to taste. Yeah, it was called
Taste like a gamer.
Well, yeah, Gamer Girl Bathwater. Actually, that's you know what? That's my punishment for this. That's
a good punishment.
Yeah, you know what? The secret flavor. You're all wondering, what does Pixels taste like? Yeah, it's Gamer Girl Bathwater.
Honestly,
you sickos. Let's move on though. I don't want to talk about pop anymore.
Okay.
Let's do one more story, Grant.
Yeah. God, because we sort of delved into it a little bit, I almost sort of want to talk about Starbucks is doing NFTs and Starbucks is going into the metaverse, but there's some clips that we're having some technical issues.
It sounds depressing, so...
Yeah, that's fair. I either got Starbucks doing NFTs and the metaverse. I got Matt Taibbi's very silly, no good, very dumb tweet, or we have the Wisconsin School District, quote, does not have a furry protocol.
Let's do that one.
You want to do that one?
Yeah.
Do y'all have is Wisconsin School District's furry protocol good?
I mean, I'm always down for Wisconsin and furries. I don't know. No, neither one is true. But sure, yeah, let's do it.
All right. Kevin, walk us through this. What does this mean?
So apparently there was an article going around or there was a rumor on the internet that this I'm probably going to butcher this. Waunakee Community School District, which is a suburb of Wisconsin, saying that they have a furry protocol that allows students who identify as furries to opt out of speaking in class, sit and lick their paws during gym class, and bark and growl in the hallways. Apparently, this is false.
Good.
They're not saying you can or can't do it, but I guess the rumor was that this school district
you can move and frame a little bit more.
That the school district had a what they call a furry protocol. So it says here, it's a baseless rumor that students who dress up as animals are getting special treatment in the Wisconsin school district. Circulating online this week after a conservative radio host said she'd received an email about the issue last month.
Is it like a joke email? Like, is it one of those like what do you call it? Like when you get like an email from like an older relative that's like, tag 5 people in this email, send this to 5 people so that people know what's happening, sort of. Yeah, like a chain letter. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Grant. It was something like that. And it was just, I guess...
Again, from the generation that said, don't believe everything you read online.
Yeah, who are now believing everything that they read online. This was, I don't know, the work of a troll or something, I guess. But they're basically... this is apparently like the 3rd or 4th city in Wisconsin. I don't know why Wisconsin is specifically being targeted here, where a school district has been rumored to have, quote, Furry Protocol. That should be the name of the new Mission Impossible movie. Mission Impossible Furry Protocol.
That's good.
Where Tom Cruise has to dress up as a furry and like dangle into a furry convention to steal.
Well, he dresses up like a spider.
Yes,
and then he...
Yes. And instead of red lasers, it's like spider webs. He has to kind of.
Is this the same thing as? Because I'd heard something about like, oh, they have to put litter boxes in the bathroom.
Yes,
is this the same?
It's something like that. And then they're like, no, there's no litter boxes. People use the toilet still.
Oh my god.
Not in our school, I guess. I don't know.
It just sounds like a really funny satire article someone wrote and then people took seriously.
Yeah. It was supposed to be for The Onion.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's, I mean, that's why it's so hard to goof on stuff anymore, because it's just, this is an article from AP News, not Clickhole.
Yeah.
Not Hard Drive, not The Onion. It's from AP News. It's probably a Snopes fact check about it too.
I mean, I feel like this is all within the same wheelhouse of like, there's a lot going on in the world today, and I feel like this is like within the grouping of, you see how bad it's getting? Mm-hmm. Like they're doing critical race theory in schools. There's teachers that happen to be gay that are grooming. And what's a third? Oh yeah, there's animal peoples that are using litter boxes. We gotta censure the whole thing. We gotta shut school. Like, it's all within the same like fucked up like worldview of like, this is what's really happening. And it's just like, I don't know. I went to school. There's some weird people, but like I don't think that the whole thing like it's all just like the dredged up culture war of like people trying to shove all this shit into a pile and be like, you see this, you see what's really happening, you see what they're teaching your kids. We got to stop with the kids.
Are you
stuff.
describing the
It's just
culture
like,
war or a litter box, Grant?
It's all a big pile of shit, man.
Yeah. Anywho, let's punish it though, because Wisconsin, they've had enough and no more. I say. I do think that the punishment should be in line with the new Mission Impossible movie. They should definitely write their movie around this historical event. Where, like I said, Tom Cruise, I don't know what Tom Cruise's character is named in those movies, but he has to go to Fur Fest. Remember that, Grant? Fur Fest? He has to go to Fur Fest and, I don't know, steal some sort of priceless gem. Because I haven't seen a single Mission Impossible movie, but I think they're all about stealing priceless gems and artifacts.
Sure.
And he has to do that at a furry convention. And, of course, he's got to blend in. So he's got to be using the litter box, putting on the suit and everything. And it's called Furry Protocol in theaters this summer.
So like Ghost
the
Protocol,
fights are just
but
like
furry.
because they're in furry suits. They're just slapping each other with felt.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know
Safest
what?
fight scenes.
That would be the first Mission Impossible movie that I would go see, because I've never seen. Think about how awesome that would be, a furry fight scene in a movie. Like that would people just
Hasn't been done yet.
I haven't seen it, and I'm sure there's probably a really hard way to be loose in those suits to fight each other. But imagine making one look cool and awesome. I would see it.
Did you see they released a couple episodes of that NFT, the NFT monkey?
Oh
show?
no, I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, they did.
We'll have to keep an eye out for that one, I suppose.
Someone suggested it for a Fire Bros episode.
We'll see. Anyway, let's move on to Key to the City, where we like to cap off the episode with something nice, something positive, a little bit of chaser. We all talked about that crap. My Key to the City this week goes to our friends over at the podcast Not for Human Consumption. I was peeking in on their show recently. They started around the same time we did, back in early 2017. And it's been really cool to see them. We were peeking.
Yeah.
They got multiple cameras. They got a studio.
They got multiple camera angles.
Yeah. And hey, they're making us look bad over there.
I'm gonna kick their asses.
Yeah. So I would say, props to them. They've been, going along, just as long as we have, and really doing some cool stuff over there. So Not for Human Consumption. You get my Key to the City this week.
Do y'all have a key to the city you would like to share with the class this week? Something positive you saw either on the internet or in real life, or really just anything, so that I don't have to think about
the metaverse
anymore.
I have a nice little algorithm, I think, on mine. I get a lot of videos of people recording people on the street that are just dancing. And it's like, normalize just being out there dancing and like giving it all. I love listening to music. And when a good beat comes on, I'm like, you know what? I will move my body at the CTA as I'm waiting on the train with no qualms at all, knowing that I get a lot of joy when I see someone else doing it. And I'm hoping that there's someone out there watching and maybe they see me and they're like, oh yeah. But I love those videos. And if you haven't seen them, search it out. It's like normalized dancing on the streets. It's so good. New York is definitely having the best videos come out of them. And it's like all these Broadway dancers that are just out there and like clicking their heels, big arms.
Like big points up in the air.
How do you not smile?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you listening to?
Yeah. And
The
along
Lion King.
the same lines of that is
They're making us look like the second city over here.
Yeah. And it, like, I love, like, similar to that is, like, when people randomly stop strangers or they go, hey, you dropped something, your crown, you look beautiful. Like, or, like, can you please leave some of the swagger for the rest of us? Like, like, just awesome, random compliments. I love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think we ought to start doing that more, too. Just seeing each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed.
I wish that if someone were to put me on video and do that and expect a response, I hope that no one does that, because I would not give a response. I would just stand there and be like, move out of my way, please.
I was gonna say maybe cut the Grant segment from that.
Yeah,
one.
cut the Grant. Like, don't just. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, nice shoes. Like, thanks. I got out of bed today.
Yes.
Nice hair. I washed it.
I washed it. I combed it.
Yeah.
Aw.
That does sound like a response that I would give.
Yes, I believe it.
Fee, do you have a what are we doing? Key to the city.
Key to the city. Yes.
Oh, do I have one? Oh, mine would be like the yelling compliments at people. I would say, yeah. Just bringing attention to stuff like that, and like cat videos.
Oh, love me a cat video.
Just cat videos. That's like the main thing besides sketch ideas I send to her.
There's not
They
a
never
day
go
that
out of
goes
style.
by that we don't send a cat video
Yeah. Of some
to
sort.
one another.
Yeah.
The greatest
That's
thing
true.
still to hit the internet.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that must have been the noble initial intention of the creation of the internet. It's like, how do we share
I
cats
think so. Yes.
Yeah.
in a faster way? But then it evolved into everything else. So
Yeah. Do I hear a cat?
yeah, I hear a cat right now.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah,
do
you
not
probably
speak
sure-
for
yeah,
us.
Yeah, there's one
This
screaming
entire
in the
podcast,
background
just
right
that
now.
moment where the cat did the backflip.
Waiting for.
Yeah.
There it is.
That cat is just like,
I
excuse me, we do not appreciate you using our image for your own gain.
My key to the city this week goes to one of my new favorite Twitter accounts, which is called Chaotic Nightclub Photos. I think it's twitter.com/clubphotos_. And there's just like, look at these insane photos of just like, you think that you're in the dark at a nightclub and someone takes a picture and the flash is on and it's just absolute chaos. And you look at these guys and here's just a guy doing drugs in the background of one. And it's like, this is just a gold mine of like, here, this guy was making out with this woman and he rubbed off a lot of her makeup, or
It looks like her spray tan.
or
Yeah.
spray tan. Just like all these, like, this guy's spilling his drink on his friend. It's just the most
And this one,
chaotic
wow.
energy I think I've ever seen on the internet, all in one place, and it's the funniest thing.
I think what's so funny about these pictures, it's like they're not just random cell phone picture or photos.
Right. These are like
They're like well lit.
right.
They look very professional.
Here's the guy
and
just
it's like
openly urinating.
yeah, it's like some of the most insane shit. Like people like fucking like blackout drunk.
This guy's entire arm is in this woman's mouth. Like,
Where are these places?
I don't know, and I never want to know. So
I love it. I'm obsessed.
that's my key.
Yeah,
to
this
the
is
city.
hysterical. Like, where's that guy's shirt? I don't think he knows. There's a dog. There's just a dog hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, how terrifying of that for that poor animal.
I love that one with the lipstick. That's hysterical because it's like her there's a guy next to her with his arm around her, but then the guy in the background clearly has all the lipstick on his mouth. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. I think I know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my key to the city for this week.
Well, let's move on to our educational portion of the show, our word of the week, which this week's Thought Cops word of the week is Janie, which is short for janitor, which means internet mod, like a forum moderator or a Reddit mod or Discord mod, whatever. That's a janitor or a Janie, I guess.
Fascinating.
Word of the week.
I'm immediately going to forget it like I do every other one.
Before we do get to our final segment of the show, which is our wonderful listener voicemails, if you all wouldn't mind just plugging where our listeners can find all your great content and videos and social media.
Oh, yes. So you can follow The Trash Panda Comedy on Instagram. We are The Trash Panda Comedy with the purple tinfoil looking raccoon character. And then both of our Instagrams, I'm F. Bosniavicius. My whole last name.
It's terrible.
It's awful. But you can find us both of our handles off of the Trash Panda one. So yeah, The Trash Panda Comedy. And then you can follow Bye Bye Livers one on there as well. All of the links should be on there.
TikTok.
Oh, and TikTok. Yeah, we have a TikTok. Yes.
At Trash Panda Comedy on TikTok, Instagram,
And
YouTube.
That's where we're going to release our pilot.
You can see our videos. We actually, over the pandemic, we redid Ferris Bueller. Did the whole movie in 5 minutes. Called it Could Have Done It in 5. Entered it into a film contest and won first place.
Yeah.
And that you can see up on our
nice.
Trash Panda
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. We played the characters too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, you can catch up that, and then our pilot, all of the sketches we're going to be releasing later on, clips from our live show, all that's going to be on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. And then Aunt Marissa comedy is me. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll include links to that in the episode description. So if you want to find it, head on over down there. But if you want to leave us a voicemail, give us a call. Our number is 312-788-7361, or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com.
Hey guys, it's me again.
I wonder
Your
who.
Twitch channel.
This is also the Paper Mario music.
Super
You know
Mario
how
RPG.
long it's
Is it?
been since you guys went and turned me on and showed me off to your viewers. I came up with a few suggestions for games once you come back.
I'm like
Paper
depressed.
Mario and the 1,000-Year Wait.
Okay.
Paper
That's good.
Thin Mario content. Less isn't Mario and the 1,000-Year Bore.
Okay,
And
these
finally,
aren't video games.
Super Mario RPG 2. An unmade game, just like a certain person's gaming streams on twitch.com/thoughtcops. Well, I hope I see you guys sometime.
I
Well,
really
that was Leo the Incredible.
I
and
appreciate the
his-
enthusiasm, I suppose.
and the production quality. He didn't
Yes.
just call in this time. He actually he did some. He got a microphone.
yeah,
Put some background music in.
That's how you do it, folks. So yes, we're sorry we haven't been streaming on our Twitch channel recently. Obviously,
I've been trying some new stuff. I'm also editing the stuff that I did, so it's whatever. We're busy people. We have day jobs. I'm sorry. I don't know what
have
else to say.
I know, like, both of us have probably been busier than we ever have with either Thought Cops or other projects
Life, jobs.
recently. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even including that, but I feel like I'm like doing more stuff than ever, and we do have a lot of cool stuff planned soon. And I have been working on a lot of side stuff and promotion stuff for this show in particular. So I want to get that all in place first. And I do miss streaming on Twitch. I know we were obviously a lot more active on that during the pandemic, and we will be back soon. Like you said, Grant, you've been doing some cool new stuff on there.
I've been trying to.
It's not just
whatever.
video games.
It'll come to fruition sooner or later.
Not just Paper Mario, Leo. We do other things too.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate the enthusiasm, and we have some cool stuff coming soon. We've been busy, so yeah.
Thanks for the voicemail.
Yeah.
Next one.
Hi, Thought Cops. It's Rob. I'm on my 2-hour commute home from work.
What's up, Rob?
And I thought I'd call into the hotline.
Thank you.
I discovered you guys through the Mega Strange episode you did where you interviewed Johnny and Derek.
Yes.
And I was just wondering what your definitive opinions on Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monsters, sea serpents, ghosts, crap like that.
Crap like that. Okay.
Do you believe in that stuff? Do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe in living dinosaurs? Let me know. And
Living
I
dinosaurs.
don't want you guys to about this. I want to know, do you believe or
I think
So he cut off at the end
yeah,
there.
it was sort of cutting off a little bit. I don't know if that was
The message was clear. Do we believe Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, sea serpents, ghosts? I believe you mentioned living dinosaurs as well. I don't think about it very often, if I'm being honest. I'm not saying that those things don't exist.
I'll say the physical things, no. The metaphysical things, I'm open to it.
Yeah,
I'll hear the arguments, ghosts, things of that nature.
I'm a Bigfoot agnostic. Do you all believe in Bigfoot, things like that? Loch Ness Monster, sea serpents.
Yeah, things of that nature.
I have an idea about the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, let's hear it.
Have you heard about it? That it does exist. It's actually a whale's dick. I don't know, but that.
Oh, I see it now. I see it.
The most educated guess from back in the day is it was a whale's dick out of the water, and back in the day we just didn't have the verbiage to probably communicate it.
The dick pic seen around the world.
It's definitely the most popular dick pic in the world, I think. So it does exist,
Also-
but not, I think, in the way we thought it did.
They do. You already did that one.
Yeah, one per episode.
Yeah, one per episode. Also very interesting that there are freshwater whales. Didn't know that, but other than that, that's a good theory.
I like that you had that pulled up in your phone immediately.
It was this week that popped up, and I was like, no freaking way. I was like, that
Yes.
makes sense.
I mean, they are mammals, you know? I have to imagine they're well hung. Anyway, yes, we believe. I believe in whale penises.
I'm gonna get you a shirt that says that.
Please do.
Let's move on to the next voicemail here. This is a good one. This is
The rest were crap, basically.
Hey, the cops. Just reporting in. Just my current 2 minutes of hate is fuck.
This is good, you said?
Want to try it again?
So my current
Left
2
two.
minutes of hate is like these media companies focused on the Midwest, focused on Midwestern culture,
Mhm.
quote unquote.
Quote
just
unquote.
like
I guess, yeah.
we love ranch, and oofta der bear. Fuck. Yeah, it's just really unfunny content that seems to be somewhat popular, and the only reason why I see those things is on like TikTok and Facebook. So yeah, just my punishment for them is just for them to do stand-up comedy in any other city. That's my punishment.
That's good.
All right, you boys are doing a good job.
Thank you.
And I thank you. Goodbye.
See you later.
Thank you for
So
your voicemail.
the crux of that voicemail was people that do hacky Midwestern like comedy that's like geared towards the Midwest, and his example was like, yuck yuck, I like ranch.
Kind of like when somebody like is like, yeah, I do call it pop, and I'm that is my
Yeah.
Maybe if somebody said
Can
that,
y'all
that'd be
relate
kind of
to that
embarrassing.
at all? Do you make jokes about ranch in other Midwestern things?
Well, I make fun of Midwestern stuff for sure. I'm from Missouri, so I make fun of it big time.
Yeah, I'm from Europe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little more. My comedy's a little more dark than that. So I'm not necessarily ranch, but everything else, yeah, definitely. Like talking about like growing up in a religious household, like a conservative household, and just poking fun at that a bunch. That's in that regard, yeah, but not ranch so much. I'm not that PC.
No. I talk more about what it was like going from Berlin to the South.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big culture shift.
Shock, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll caller, I'll have you know that we are located in the Midwest. So if
yeah, but there's like a weird thing with like Chicago's relationship to the Midwest that sort of can get
Well-
glossed over a little bit, like culturally questionable, but geographically correct. It's
Okay.
one of
Yeah.
those things where people are like, "Oh, well, you're not from Central Illinois," or
and then like
whatever,
somebody
you
also
know.
left a comment in one of our other videos. Oh, you're not from Chicago if you're like grew up in Batavia, and it's like I said Chicagoland, not Chicago.
Yeah.
Now I'm in Chicago. Then I was in Chicagoland.
Yeah.
Is Chicagoland the Midwest? I don't fucking know it. I don't care either.
Right.
And I'm still going to call it pop. Yeah, I'm not going to stop. Anyway, that does it for our listener voicemail. So that inspired you. Give us a call. Again, our phone number is 312-788-7361. Or you can send us a well-edited, well-produced voice message to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, more of those.
And if you want to support the show, get a backlog of bonus content, and be a part of the episode in our live recording chats, head on over to patreon.com/thoughtcops. I want to give a thank you to let's see, our new patrons. Well, Brady updated his pledge to $10 a month, and John Elizabeth Stincy donated some money on Ko-fi, because we do have a Ko-fi as well if you don't want to do a Patreon. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
Yes, helps us out a lot. Marissa and Fee, thank you so much for your patience, your kindness, your dedicating the bulk of your Saturday to recording with us. We really appreciate it. And maybe next time we could do this in person without the glitches and the lag and everything else. But, yeah, Trash Panda Comedy. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Appreciate you guys having us.
Anytime.
Thank you to everybody who listened. Again, give us a call, 312-788-7361. We'll see you next time.
See you, Space Cop.